busy society. Instead of saying, hey, you need to stop being so busy, hey, you need to get your butt to church, I actually just want to offer some encouragement because there's a lot of busyness around us that the world around us forces up on us. And I think we should make time for Christ. I think we should take the verse in Hebrews that tells us not to neglect the gathering together of ourselves like so many are in the habit of doing seriously. I think we should do that. But I just want to take a moment and encourage you if you are busy beyond belief. Parents are particularly impacted in today's society because we live in a world that isn't really friendly to parenting. This is why more and more people are deciding to homeschool their children so that they have less busy schedules and so that they can accommodate more of what their children want to do into their lifestyles. This is why more moms now are choosing to be stay-at-home moms. This is why they're desiring it more because families where both parents are in career mode just tend to be a little more hectic trying to fit everything into the schedule of a family. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. All I'm saying is that we have busy lives in today's society. And I think Jesus knew what it was like to have a busy life, especially during his 3 years of public ministry. People were always gathering around him. People were always demanding of his time. People were always asking him to do something, cast some miracle, go somewhere, be with someone. And people were always craving one-on-one time with Jesus. There were always crowds around him. And what did Jesus do? He took moments for himself. Despite all the demands on his life, he took moments for himself to get away and to pray to the Father. You see, Jesus, when he incarnated, we believe Jesus is God, right? He is one with God. He is God. He was in the beginning with God. Nothing was made without him. Everything that has been made was made through him. That's what we believe about Jesus. But when he was incarnated, he assumed a human nature. He assumed a human flesh. And Scripture tells us that he was tempted in every single way that we are tempted. That's in the book of Hebrews. And the demands on his time were very real. And he was tempted because he was tempted in every single way that we are to give his life over to all the demands that were being placed on it. And we live in a society where work places demands on our lives. Our children place demands on our lives. Our churches place demands on our lives. And unfortunately, there are many church organizations out there that will place burdens upon your life without lifting a finger to help. And Jesus condemned the Pharisees for being like that. With all the demands on our lives, I think it's really important for us to follow Jesus's example. He had to get away to recharge his human nature and his human body. He had to get away to pray, to recharge. And let me just encourage you, take moments. With Jesus, it wasn't always a long moment. It wasn't always a vacation. But he got away to spend time by himself with the Father. So give some time to prayer. And if I can ever do anything to help ease the burden of your busyness, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Please don't hesitate to let me know. This is one reason we post a recap of our Wednesday nights online. This is one reason I post videos online for families to help with family worship. This is one reason I always want to make myself available to you, because busyness brings stress. Stress does something to the brain, and then the brain causes us to sin, right? Because of where our thoughts are, and because we are so consumed with the thoughts of the world and the demands of the world. And we should be bearing one another's burdens, not piling more burdens on. So I want to be an encouragement to you. If there's any way I can ever be an encouragement to you in the busyness of your life, please take some time for yourself between you and the Father, and please take time to let me know how I can encourage you in the midst of that busyness.